it's just different.
It was just different rules.
If the girls want to be like, hey, I'll mow the lawn if my brothers wash the dishes, then switch it up however you want.
Right. It's just it was a sort of they had different rules, but it can change. But it was just so. It wasn't meant to be mean or something. It was just
That's again, it doesn't have to be, well, that's just how it is. But if a girl, like I said, if a woman or a girl child or however you want to say, hey, I'll be the one to, they took an interest, let's say, in learning.
Right, and if a guy wants to change the diapers, he can change the diapers.
Exactly.
We need to be flexible, but we need to also say it's okay if we do it that way or this way, whatever, right? It's just
whatever works for the family.
Whatever works for the people involved, I agree. And okay, but sometimes feminists demonize the traditional gender roles, saying they were oppressive to women and stuff, but it was just...
But why oppressive? Because if you have these roles, then the boys obviously have the other roles. So if you are oppressed in your role, you're saying that the boys are oppressed too.
Exactly. So this is what the feminists haven't really looked at, because the men were obviously also oppressed if the women were oppressed. They didn't ask about the male side. They just assume that they just look at it from the female side, and that is
they just look at it from a victim side, not just the female side.
Yeah.
Because even if you're on the so-called female side, and you're like, well, these are my roles, right? It's the same thing with the boys. They're
not all women thought it was terrible. That's right. I mean, not all women hated the role.
And then why are you saying you're oppressed? Why are you oppressed?
Yeah, okay.
What exactly is oppressive?
I think women...
Oh my God, I have to do the knitting. I have to do the sewing. I mean, is it oppressive? Did you not like doing it? It's okay if you didn't like doing it. If you went to your parents and you go, you know what? I don't want to do the fine needlework. Maybe brother wants to do the fine needlework, and we decided I'm going to wash the trash bin and take out the trash and mow the lawn.
Right.
What parent is going to be like, no, you have to do the needlework?
I mean, in the past, maybe. So maybe they were a bit, the rules were restrictive, and maybe you could say it was oppressive. But the problem is, who is oppressive?
Restrictive is not necessarily oppressive.
Alright, okay. I could see how they could complain, but the problem is, who did that? It wasn't men. It was just, society and nature, whatever happened, it was society. And I think that came out of, nature.
Only women have wombs. So is it oppressive because you're the only one that can have a baby?
Right, and this is something I'm sure that they take issue with and see as oppressive, having to take care of children and stuff. But
no, not even taking care of them. Only women have wombs.
Yeah.
Do you feel oppressed?
I think
that you cannot take your belly and push it on a man? Do you feel oppressed? Do you feel like, oh my God, how dare me?
I think even if that's oppressive, you're gonna have to blame nature or God or whatever you believe.
If you think that's oppressive, literally something is wrong with you. You have an issue that needs therapy. That is
okay, but I think a lot of women. I think a lot of women who maybe the early feminists would have thought that this is oppressive in a sense.